So, I just wanted to talk about being in a long distance relationship and being on the autism spectrum. I just feel like I'm so involved with my relationship. Um, I'm very monogamous. I love having one person, especially like one person who really understands me. And honestly, I'm completely fine with that. The only time I'm not fine with that is when people aren't fine with me. And then I want to seek something somewhere else closer to. So on top of that, being in a homosexual relationship, it's really difficult to allow space for your partner to be free to be themselves, especially because you don't really know when things are appropriate or inappropriate. Like, it's hard for me to go out, it's hard for me to be social. Like, the fact that I met my partner the way I did was, hey, how you guys doing? It's just like the fact that I met her the way that I did was pretty natural and just kind of lucky. I caught her, in a great, weird, goofy moment, and it was kind of like a wrap after that. And she saw me for who I was in our first encounter, and she liked it. Some people, they see me as being quiet, standoffish, just think I'm mysterious. And really, I'm just super shy. I'm really shy. And I have been working to be social for all my life. I'm in the music industry and the business of music, and I'm a salesperson. So I've learned a lot of cues and a lot of things that I've learned socially outside of work and through my family, I've learned the hard way. So it doesn't take away from the excruciating feeling I have when I'm meeting new people, especially if I'm meeting new people to date. And it makes me very kind of just like, fuck it. I don't really care. It doesn't matter to me. But it's hard to feel alone even when you're in a relationship, and no matter what we do, sometimes whether you're autistic or not autistic, you're going to have those feelings, especially in a long distance relationship. And it's okay. Like, it's okay to feel alone. It's okay to be an individual. It's okay to have that individuality in a relationship, because that allows for you to be free to be your weird self around yourself. Right now my partner wants to go out and have fun and make friends. And when we were together, I was like her only friend, because she loves me so much, and I'm fun, and I'm I'm really a lot to be around, and it's never a dull moment with me. So I understand that when we're not together, like, she wants to go out, that's okay, and like me, I'm not the same. I don't want to go out. I don't care. I don't care to really have friends like that. Usually when I do, I'm usually going through a lot, and I have like certain key people in my life that I run to get that fulfillment that I need, because I might be spiraling in depression or anxiety when I'm by myself, and sometimes catching other people's routines can kind of cycle me out of my own obscurities. And I try to refrain from having to depend off that, but it's a reality that I live in. I do depend off of it. And it gets difficult because I'm in a moment right now where I like being alone. You know, I like having my family, but my family is very used to me being a loner and keeping to myself. And yeah, I come in and out of depression, but it's 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 a it's an everlasting cycle that I've been dealing with since I was a child. So I'm pretty used to it. So it's it's just it's it's difficult. It's difficult. That's all I have to really say. Like, you know, like I don't really have the answers to what I should be feeling, but all I try to remind myself is I'm allowed to feel however I want to feel. Like I feel hurt with the thought of my partner moving on. So to help myself, sometimes I just realize that being together doesn't mean I own somebody. You know, being together means I'm choosing to love you and connect with you and reconnect with you and come around and be there for you and support you and vice versa. So, you know, like if my partner wants to experience that with other people, I have to realize too that not everybody's the same. Not everybody's gonna be like me, and I have to let my expectations of other people just be a lot more open. And also, I don't want to have to try to live by other people's lives. You know, I don't want to have to keep up with other people because it makes me feel like I can't do it. So keeping up with other people can make me feel really discouraged in my own life because I'll start to feel inadequate. And that doesn't help with my depression already. If anything, it sometimes can trigger it to that feeling of inadequacy. Because socially, and not even like in society, I feel a lot of times I'm inadequate. I feel like I'm slow, you know, like for lack of better words, like, you know, I feel retarded. And I hate that feeling. And I know a lot of people feel like that. Some people might even claim me to be that because they are frustrated with me and having to deal with me. And, you know, luckily my partner doesn't do that to me, but I can still feel when my partner's frustrated with me in that same manner. And I have to allow myself to feel everything, because that's the whole point. Is I feel too much all the time, and it hurts, and it confuses me, and it makes me scatterbrained. But the only real way I'm gonna be able to get over it is if I allow space for myself to just be weird. And people want to tell me to do things a certain way. It's okay if I fuck up. It's okay if I, you know, don't have the answer. It's okay if I'm feeling some sort of feelings towards my partner because of everything. I don't have to tell my partner everything all the time. Sometimes I can just experience that shit by myself and just allow myself to go through it and not beat myself up for feeling jealousy or feeling abandonment. I'm always gonna have those feelings because I have rough transitions. I have, you know, like I'm like hypersensitive, and I'm allowed to have those feelings and go through them. What I'm not allowed to do is pressure the people around me to carry those burdens with me. What I'm not allowed to do is make other people feel like shit because I'm feeling like shit. That's when I don't want to be like that. I don't feel like that's healthy. And to be in a healthy relationship, You know, like, you have to just be free and loving to yourself. At times, I don't really know what that means, you know, except for allowing myself to just be weird and crazy and go through it. And sometimes I feel like I'm better off alone. And that's where I take that mental time to tell myself, like, I'm single, I'm by myself, so that way I don't feel the weight of trying to keep up with somebody, especially if I'm long distance, you know, like, you know, having that long distance keeps me feeling like I'm loved, and if I can seek love, I can go look for it. But I also can expect somebody to wait around for me. I also can expect somebody to not be like closed off. I can't expect people to not be open, you know? Like, my girl, she might want to be open. She might want to go on and, you know, and find men to work. You know, like, she might not even want to do, like, stuff with other women. She might want to do, like, just, you know, with anybody. And I don't want it to, like, burden me. I don't want it to hold me down. I don't even really want to think about it. But as obsessive as I am, like, it's something that's constantly on my mind because she's constantly on my mind. I'm a very simple person. Like, when I'm fixated on something, it's just how I work. It's like, you know, like, I'm like that with my music. I have an obsessive personality with my music. That's why I have so much drive. That's why I think the way I think, and I write the way I write, and I experience my life the way I experience it because of the way that my mind was put together. And it's like the unique quality that makes me who I am, and it's the reason why my partner and the people around me love me. But it's also something that can be hard to deal with at times. And, you know, knowing how much can go on in relationships, you have to just really, like, take it day by day. Shit, if it's a fucking hard day, take it fucking hour by hour, minute by minute. Like, you know, every second counts. And sometimes when you can have more happy seconds in the minute, then maybe the next minute you can do the same, and the probability of you having a good day could, like, be more likely, you know? So, like, I just want to, like, tell this to myself and tell this to other people who might be listening or watching this, that, you know, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Don't put any unnecessary pressure on yourself that you already have on yourself every day, you know, dealing with the shit you got to deal with. Like, it's okay, you know? It's okay. Shit's gonna be okay. And if worst comes to worst, I'll write a fucking song about this shit. And I'll get over it. I'll cry. I'll weep. I'll sob. I'll feel like, you know, like I'm going crazy. You know, if I feel suicidal, I'll talk to somebody. You know, if I'm, you know, I'll go out if I have to. Do what you gotta do. Really, just be the person you really want to be, no matter what it takes, and be happy with the results, because you know for a fact you put your passion and your all into it. So, yeah, this is Mahlleh. I love you guys.